Welcome back to our Cultivating Gratitude journey. We are on day 10, and today is all about the gratitude letter. If you hear cat purrs at all, we have Monty joining us from the sidelines, just wishing us well on our letter journey today. Yeah, he says yes, let's get to it. We've been focusing on gratitude lists and our expansion bubble, but I just want to introduce you to something new about writing thank you letters. There's a lot of health benefits just for writing a quick thank you note to someone or even yourself. We'll go over some different options in a minute. But, it also just really improves your mental function. Kind of reduces stress writing thank you letters. It invites more positive thinking in. Physically, it helps lower your blood pressure. Some research scientists have proven that by just simply writing letters. They surveyed like 300 adults. I think it was Wong and Brown in 2018. I'll post a link in the description. Monty is distracting me. Okay, he's too cute. And his little motor box is definitely going, so it should be showing up on this video here. Yes. Now, I'm going to throw up some different examples on how you can approach writing thank you letters. And I just want to preface this by saying that you do not have to send your letter to the actual person you're writing a thank you letter to. It's more of a physical and mental exercise and an energetic one, inviting more gratitude in. But it's not essential. You can definitely give it to, your friends and family, mentors, anyone you write a letter of thanks to. But again, it's just the act of writing the letter itself is beneficial for you. So I'm going to throw up some examples here and we'll get right into it. Basically, there's like 3 subcategories. So writing to other people, writing to yourself, and then it's also, the third category is also writing to yourself, but it's more of a future projection, and it's kind of like a manifestation hack I'll go over. But when we want to write letters to other people, we can choose many different categories. The personal thank you letters are just heartfelt letters to someone close to you. It could be your family members, a lifelong friend, and they don't have to be alive. Like even if you have a deceased loved one or a friend who's passed on, you can still write a thank you letter to them, especially if they've impacted your life in some way and you do actually want to share gratitude towards them. Beyond the personal family unit, you can write thank you letters to teachers, anything educational. Hopefully we all have a professor or two, whether from elementary to university, that has impacted our life, that's shown us maybe parts of ourselves, helped us, find our art passion or history passion, sports passion, anything. It can even be a sports coach. Now, anybody in the educational system, and again, you don't have to actually give them the letter, but everyone loves a thank you letter, especially a heartfelt one, sharing everything about how they've impacted your life and how awesome they are. I mean, I'd like that too. But again, it's not necessary. If you just want to get everything out on paper and then rip it up or burn it afterwards, carefully, of course, we don't want to start any fires or anything. But if you have a burn bowl, go for it. So you don't have to share your letters, but again, just when you write a letter to someone, you just want to give it your all, as if you were to send it to them. And again, you can keep it to yourself, but just express yourself. Especially when it comes to showing appreciation in the workplace, which is another option. Monty does not agree. You don't have to send your thank you letters to an old boss that you're actually not thankful for. But if there's anyone in your job career category that has really impacted your life, even, jumping ahead, if you want to write a letter to yourself just about being your own boss, go for it. Because there's a lot of things to be grateful for when we work for ourselves. But you can also write a thank you letter to your employees, any staff you have. If you're a larger company and you take care of other people, Again, you don't have to share the letters with them, but you may want to if they're your employees. And then we can take it outside of our personal interactions and go to more like public. Maybe we're not personally, communicative with them. We don't really know them in real life. They're not considered friends, but we have like service providers, police, firemen, and women, and EMTs, even like mental health therapists, psychologists, anything you go to that you're not really close to at all. Even like hairdressers or any other profession that you appreciate. But again, you're not close with them. You don't talk to them outside of that business or anything. Or just in general, like the police force in general, like maybe not interact with them at all, but just being thankful for their services. You can write a general thank you letter, even to your local firehouse or something. And again, if you don't want to give it to them for real, you don't have to. But just simply writing that out and showing the universe that you are grateful for that service, whatever it is, will invite more of that good energy into your life. You can also write a thank you letter to nature or the universe or God. Like, it doesn't have to be, I guess, technically physical. We can get into the little metaphysical here. We can be thankful for our angels, spirit guides, if you believe. And the last more public kind of thank you letter is just the anonymous one. Maybe you like being a little angel at the store, just writing a thank you letter just to a random person. Like, what would you like to hear from someone? Like, you're amazing, so proud of you, or just even like a reminder, remember to love yourself. Those kind of like thank you gratitude letters just for maybe strangers. Leave them on someone's car, leave them in a public park or something. And again, you really don't know who they're going to go to, but just writing an anonymous letter to someone who may or may not expect it may actually improve their day. And receiving gratitude letters as well have their health benefits, especially mental. Kind of perks us up, gets us happy, kind of reminds us of our own gratitude. So those are many different options you can use just to show gratitude outside of your home, or like yourself. Your self-home is what we're trying to talk about. Because the second option, the main big option, is writing a thank you letter to yourself. There's a lot of different ways we can go about this. I'm going to throw up a lot of examples on what we can reflect on to be grateful for. Yeah, Monty agrees. Okay, so Monty needed a snack, so we are doing our self-gratitude letter without him. We throw out those examples here, but we basically just want to expand on our journey. So when you're writing a thank you letter, a heartfelt one to yourself, from yourself, you just want to reflect on your journey. We can focus on our strengths and qualities and the characteristics that we're proud of. Maybe you really love your kindness, your creativity, your determination, your physical prowess, your resilience to difficult situations. And whatever other traits you admire about yourself, you want to include that in your thank you letter. We also want to recognize our accomplishments. We need to celebrate ourselves. So whether it's a big or small achievement, everything is valid here. You want to write that down and find some sort of gratitude for that. And recall the moments where you succeeded in life, or where you learned a valuable lesson and why. And overall, just applaud your efforts for the progress you've made in being human overall. We can express gratitude even for our self-care. Acknowledge the ways that you take care of yourself. Do you have a habit? Do you have a certain ritual or anything that you do every day that makes you feel good and also look good? No matter what that is. It could be like a mindfulness practice. It could be any one of your hobbies that you nurture and love. Not just art, but anything in nature, even moving your body. Everything you do for self-care, you want to recognize like how well you treat yourself. And also thank yourself for that, because it's very important, right? We can also expand on our forgiveness and how we've had to let go across time. Now, if you're holding on to guilt or regret or self-criticism, maybe you can express gratitude for the opportunity to learn and grow from those. You can expand on any lessons learned or people, again, that maybe you follow their advice. You can mention them in your own gratitude letter as well, but focus on like how you responded and how it makes you feel. We can highlight all of our challenges we've overcame. Again, we don't really go through hard times to make us stronger. Sometimes those hard times are there just to reveal our inner strength that's always been there that we've never maybe imagined or even tapped into before. So you can list all those ways that you've been resilient and kind of conquered the bad times, the quote-unquote bad times in your life. But really want to embrace our imperfections and mistakes. Humans make mistakes, but try to focus on the growth. Any kind of lessons, anything you know different now, or anything you do different now, and that you're very proud of yourself for that. That can be included in your thank you letter. But overall, just thank yourself. Keep it positive and encouraging, right? The tone of the letter should be very encouraging and supportive and nurturing, because it's a letter to yourself. And you'll want to read it afterwards as well. Just so, because we all love receiving thank you letters. But besides writing it, read it out to yourself, whether out loud or just in your head, and just see how that makes you feel. It's kind of like a giant reminder of how amazing you are, right? You are this person, you've done all these things, you love all these things, like this is you. So this is just showing gratitude for you. Acknowledge your worth, right? Celebrate your journey and cultivate that positive relationship with yourself. And I mentioned self-care is kind of like, well, I do bubble baths, that's about it. But it's like this whole entire gratitude letter is a giant self-care act, because you're taking the time to acknowledge yourself and show gratitude towards yourself. So it really enforces that healthy sense of self-appreciation and compassion for yourself. When you remember all the things you've been through, all the things you've gone through, and the person you are today, how that's been shaped, just kind of puts it all in a giant picture for you, almost like a succinct little picture that you can see and read of just how amazing you are as a human being. So, even if you want to write a letter to someone outside of yourself in your home, that's great. But I really implore you to at least do a thank you letter to yourself at some point. You don't have to do it today, you don't have to do it this week, but sometime within this 30-day journey, I'd hope you try to reflect on who you are and show some appreciation for yourself. But the last third little energetic hack we can do is like a future faking in a way. We can write a future letter of gratitude for ourselves, and that, let's say you have goals for the next 12 months. Mine, I guess, we'll just make something up real quick. Besides losing a little weight, just getting overall healthy, I would like to write maybe like a kid's book, or start my a novel I've been thinking about. So that's a goal. I want to travel somewhere at least once this year. It's like technically my vacation, maybe just like a 3-day trip or something. So just with those little bits of information, I mean, you want to take all of your goals, of course, and what you want to do with your life, but imagine you're a year out. So right now it's January of 24, so imagine you're writing this letter in January of 25, or whenever you come across this Cultivating Gratitude journey later in the year. But at the time of recording, we're in January of 24. So I'm going to imagine my letter looking back a year ago. So this takes a little bit of visualization, a little imagination, and just play. Remember to keep it positive, but take your goals you want to do in the next 12 months, and then write a thank you letter to yourself for accomplishing all those goals. You don't have to get into every of the other specifics of reflection, like of a general thank you of who you are, but this one's more focusing on thank you for everything that you've done in the last 12 months, and kind of keep it on top of yourself or your to-do list. But it's also like a manifestation hack because you want to imagine exactly what the end result is and how also you would feel and be in 12 months if you accomplished all these things. So my thank you letter would be something like, wow, I'm so proud of you for writing that book. We got it published. It's making a lot of money. I put any specifics what I'd like, if I'd like, or you can keep it general. I'm so proud of you for working out these past 12 months. You are amazing. You kept to your habits. I know we lacked a little bit because we're human, but you got back on it and you kept at it. And I'm just like so proud of you for accomplishing your goals this past year. So that's kind of the gist of it. You want to be specific for you, really kind of get into your whys and your results you'd like to imagine happen actually for real. And just kind of write a future gratitude letter for everything that you haven't done yet. I know it's a little weird, but it's just kind of like that little energetic hack if you also follow the law of attraction or do any kind of spiritual manifestation practices, introducing a future kind of gratitude letter to yourself about things that haven't happened yet but you want to happen. Just kind of see what happens. And then in a year, you want to save it for yourself, make a little envelope, and read the letter in a year and see how true it is, you know? Did you actually do those goals? Did you do something even better, a little bit different? Well, just something to think about. If you don't want to write a letter now, think about your future and who you want to be. And if you don't want to go 12 months out, you can do a 6-month kind of letter, or even a 1 month if you have something important or you want to make a major change in your life. Try to imagine who you are in that month or so, and then write a thank you letter to yourself for everything that you've done in that month. So, just something fun to explore. But take one of these letters, whether you want to write it to someone, write it to yourself, or do a future self. And again, if you're going to write a letter to someone outside of your home, you don't have to physically give it to them. It's great if you do, but it's not required. Just a simple act of you getting all of that out and writing an intentional, reflective letter with intent to show gratitude has many health benefits for you, and it's just something to explore. So I hope you have fun with this exercise today, and I will see you tomorrow.